Headlines most affecting Abbotsford this week. A targeted shooting on Topaz. Mission Mounties searching for a flasher. A big leap of faith for the Abbotsford Mayor and the Cyrus Centre. And the Vancouver Canucks and the Chilliwack Chiefs connection. We'll have that in sports. Our guest this week includes Barry Douglas of the BC Hockey League Chiefs and the showcase coming to Abbotsford. All right, Abbotsford, let's get started. Last Thursday, Abbotsford police responding to a home on the 2000 block of Topaz for a reported weapons complaint. And when police arrived, there was a 38-year-old man located appearing to have sustained a gunshot wound. He was taken to hospital. Abbotsford PD Major Crime Unit has taken over this investigation. It appears to be a targeted incident. No arrests have been made at this time. Back on July the 2nd, Mission Mounties say a woman reported that while she was at the area of a gas station on Low Heat Highway by Hague Street, a man simply walked up, exposed himself, and then ran away. Now, there are other reports that the same suspect got into a fight at another location. They have not been confirmed. Police are investigating, and if you have any information, you're asked to call Mission RCMP. On July the 11th, Cyrus Centre Youth Shelter held their annual Leap of Faith skydiving fundraiser. Cyrus Centre has shelters in both Abbotsford and Chilliwack. The first one opened in Abbotsford 20 years ago. So this annual fundraiser called Leap of Faith is, well, you literally skydive out of an airplane to raise money. Abbotsford Mayor Siemens put on the gear, took the leap, as did our own Mark Henley. Notice the photo. That's the mayor. Over the years, over $500,000 has been raised for the Cyrus Centre projects. Have you ever wondered how a provincial election works? Well, you can apply to be an election official for the 2024 October provincial elections, and that's how you find out. Elections BC do offer paid training, competitive wages, and a, quote, positive environment. Again, Election Day is October 19th. We are going to have full election coverage on that Saturday night. The Fraser River panel met last Friday, receiving an update on the migration of Fraser River sockeye salmon and reviewed the status of migration conditions in the Fraser River watershed. It's currently estimated that 22,000 sockeye have passed the Mission Hydroacoustics site. Now, the concern right now is twofold: the river temperature rising and the discharge from runoff is falling. 21 kids from grades 5 and 6 from the Mission area had a fantastic week at Camp Jubilee, and needless to say, smiling from ear to ear as they boarded the big yellow bus back home. Now, every year, Rotary Club of Mission, Mission RCMP, and the Mission School District partner to send a group of kids to summer camp for 5 days, where they get to have incredible experiences, make some new friends, and create some memories that will last a lifetime. Coming up, Abbotsford will be involved in the BC Hockey League showcase. Sports is next. abbyTV Sports, the BC Hockey League, announcing that the 2024 showcase will take place in both Abbotsford and Chilliwack, with the Vancouver Canucks co-hosting the event, the owners of the Abbotsford Canucks. Now, the showcase runs in October from the 13th to the 17th. It'll be at the Abbotsford Centre, the home of the American Hockey League Abbey Canucks, and the Chilliwack Coliseum, home of the BC Hockey League Chiefs. Now, Barry Douglas, the vice president of the Chiefs, will be with us in a minute to give us some more information on the logistics of this showcase. It's an annual tradition as part of the BC football season, the Cascade Cup. Now, for the Langley Rams, extra significance, it marks the third annual Cascade Cup between the Huskers, and it does highlight the 75th season for the Langley Rams. So you come out to August 24th to cheer on the boys with the family, as Langley will also be hosting their second annual Rams Family Day. By the way, the Rams start their BC Football Conference season in Kelowna Saturday, July the 20th, this Saturday, against the Okanagan Sun. Black Press reporting that Abbotsford wrestlers taking home 3 silver medals at the 2024 Under-20 Pan American Championships. They ran from July the 11th to the 13th in Peru. Rupinder Johal scored silver in the women's freestyle 76 kilograms. Tejveer Dinza collected silver in the men's freestyle 97 kilogram. Jorwanda Dinsa picked up silver in the Greco-Roman 130 kilogram. Vernon's Cooper Humphreys became the first player to successfully defend his BC Amateur Championship in nearly 20 years, and he did it at Lakeview. Maxime McKenzie of Chilliwack and Dylan Burkan of Vancouver tied for fourth at 4 under par. Now, the 16-year-old McKenzie is the son of Ledgeview head pro Luke McKenzie. His final round, 2 under 68, highlighted by an eagle on the par 4 15th hole, and he holed a 7-iron from 166 yards. Not bad. Coming up, we'll have our interview with Barry Douglas and then Cari with the weather. This week continues with somebody that's well known to everybody in the hockey circles in the Fraser Valley, Barry Douglas, Vice President of the Chilliwack Chiefs, member of the Board of Governors. You also sweep the floors. You've done everything for them. The showcase for the BC Hockey League is an annual event. It's been done for a number of years now, except for that 1 year in Penticton. We won't talk about it. It should always be here. This year is going to be different, and there's a few more moving parts. And tell me how you got Francesco Aquilini, the Abbotsford Centre, the Abbotsford Canucks, the Vancouver Canucks, and the BC Hockey League, and the Chilliwack Chiefs all on the same page. You had to have a few restless nights.
You're getting me pretty excited right now by talking about this.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome. No, so the BCHL strategic plan, Donnie, has always been to forge a relationship with the NHL.
Okay.
Last year, the showcase was in Seattle,
Right.
home of the Kraken. So that was the first step of kind of creating a relationship with the NHL, and it was very successful in Seattle. However, being back in the Fraser Valley was a priority to be back in BC, and the Board of Governors, the marketing committees, and various committees in the BCHL had some conversations with the Canucks, and our commissioner Steve Cocker led the way, and fortunately we were able to create a good plan that will involve, as you mentioned, the Vancouver Canucks and the Abbotsford Centre, and right here in Chilliwack at the Coliseum with the Chiefs hosting. So a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
There were a lot of discussions. It wasn't an overnight process at all. But so excited, so thrilled that we're able to partner with the NHL Vancouver Canucks, whose brand right now has never been better. It's fantastic with what the Canucks are doing right now. So to be able to bring our fans a Canucks experience is going to be something like nothing else.
Who approached who first? Was it you guys with the BC Hockey League going to the Canucks and Aquilini, or did Francesco say, "Hey, I got an idea"? And I wouldn't be surprised if it was him.
Well, there was a lot of meetings in behind the scenes, and a lot of paths crossing with the various showcase events before and the other events that the BCHL put on, and of course the Seattle hosting last year, the Kraken. It kind of perhaps spurred some more conversations. And we've had some recent meetings and some really big plans that we're really going to be announcing shortly, and just having the ability for the players. We've got to keep in mind that the showcase is all about the players and the scouts. The previous 10 showcase or more, every NHL team has been participating. The majority of NCAA scouts are there. So really putting on a first-class event for the players. So if you're a 17, 18-year-old player, which is just a couple of years ago for you probably.
Yes, I wish.
But if you can imagine being a 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old hockey player coming into the Abbotsford Centre or coming to the Chilliwack Coliseum, you got the Canucks brand all around you. It's going to make you play pretty good.
When it comes to billeting, has that been sorted out, or is that still in the process? Because obviously you're going to be shuttling back and forth between Abbotsford and Chilliwack.
Right. So the teams, good question. So now we have 5 new teams from Alberta in the BCHL. So that's a great question. It's a great point. So all the teams will come in and stay in the local hotels. So the schedule's been made that some teams will play just in Abbotsford and some teams will play just in Chilliwack. Okay. There might be a couple teams that kind of cross over, but the talk about the economic impact for the Fraser Valley, the hotels in Abbotsford, the hotels in Chilliwack will be full with not just the teams, but all the NHL scouts, the NCAA scouts, the family, the friends are going to come watch these games. And we also are going to be hosting the JPHL showcase at the exact same time.
Okay.
So the BCHL obviously is the BCHL, but there's a JPHL, the Junior Prospects Hockey League, is another independent league that will be playing their showcase out of Chilliwack as well during the same time.
Okay.
So talk about a lot of hockey in a short period of time here in the Fraser Valley.
Just thinking about putting the teams up in an area with Abbotsford Centre. It is at UFV Abbotsford. Will there be anybody? Can you put anybody up at UFV, because you're going to be back in class then? Or is that a bit of a logistical?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think the hotels we are not at capacity yet, so we'll be fine with the hotels,
Okay,
with reservations and such. And I think that the tourism Chilliwack and tourism Abbotsford are heavily involved. Barb Roberts from Abbotsford and Alison Colthorpe from Chilliwack have put their very intelligent brains together to make sure the accommodations are taken care of, and that all the players will have a top-notch experience for this event. And I just, getting the new 5 teams from Alberta for their first experience at a showcase in the BCHL, I get chills thinking about it. So chill TV thinking about it.
Thank you. And not to ignore our friends with abbyTV as well, but we're in July, we're in a heat wave, but this is going to come up fast in September, and the dates just eluded me again.
So in mid-October.
Mid-October, right.
It's a midweek event as well.
Yeah.
So that's great for fans and for families and for hockey players and for scouts, because keeping in mind that these NCAA scouts that come, they're actually the coaches of the NCAA teams.
Okay.
So you've got a guy coming from North Dakota or Boston College. His team will play on the weekend, so that he can come out here during the week and watch the junior hockey players play as well. So we really think ahead of the proper times to have these players out here.
And I'm thinking, players with the Canucks, the big club like a Brock Besser who has gone through U.S. college.
Yes, good for you.
The BC Hockey League, of course, prides themselves that they've been able to do that. Is there kind of a nudge towards maybe, hopefully, Canadian scholarships can lift up towards NCAA, or is that still?
No. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that point up. The BCHL set a record last year for commitments for colleges. So we're going definitely in the right direction.
Okay.
And I love that you mentioned the Canucks players as well, because I'm pretty confident saying that there'll be some kind of way the players will be involved in this showcase, whether it's the Canucks alumni or current players. There'll be some kind of a tie-in with that as well. So that's going to be really exciting. And you talk about the NCAA connection with the Canucks. You look at Thatcher Demko, their goaltender, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned Brock Besser.
Yeah.
You mentioned Quinn Hughes.
Yes,
best
Quinner.
defenseman in the league right now, went through college hockey. So the trend right now really is the NCAA, and I'm just so happy to be part of it, and just can't wait to be working with the Canucks and the Abbotsford Centre on this event.
Ticket availability. Are tickets available now, or do we have to wait another month, or what's going on?
Yeah, they'll be announced very shortly, the ticketing plan. That'll be coming up. It hasn't been quite finalized yet. Working out the small details, but it'll be announced very shortly, and fans will have a first chance to get their tickets for both Abbotsford and Chilliwack venues.
Barry Douglas of the Chilliwack Chiefs in concert with the Abbotsford Canucks, the Vancouver Canucks, and the Abbotsford Centre. A lot of moving parts, but this is going to be a ton of fun. Barry, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Donnie. Appreciate it.
Anytime. You're watching This Week. abbyTV weekend weather. So, Cari, it's another streak of 30-degree heat.
Hi friends, our weather this weekend is going to be nice and warm, up to about 30 degrees. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, getting a little cooler, which is nice as well, down to around 23, sunshine the whole way. But there is a chance of rain next Thursday and Friday, which our forests are actually starting to really need. Here's a fun fact for you. Australia is actually wider than the moon. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn. Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn.